Hey man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh God! No, come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is. Oh.
What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. His daddy ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't watch it. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. What do you mean you can't?
He won't let go.
What do you mean he won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there.
No, just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach. Hug him up.
He's breathing.
On the other side.
Go.
I can't.
Just-
I can't do it.
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this loss.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, I can't breathe. I'm so upset. I can't breathe. Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky.
Hey, get the stick.
Yeah. Hey, do you the meat stick?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, that's no worries. I got it.
Oh, what an awesome day for a pump, dude.
Yeah, I gotta take it easy. Doc says if I exert myself, I will die.
You overexert yourself, you will die.
I'll tell you what, you finish the workout, all these could be yours. That looks good. A little bit of honey ham for the ham. Get after it, and that's your, no, get after it, and that's your treat. Stay, do the exercise, do the work, then you get the reward. That's how this works, man. You gotta give it max effort, maximum effort. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big hams. Make it work, those hams. Work them. Putting in the work. Yeah, baby. Yes. Dude, this is a spicy workout. Gotta make it worth it. Building the beef and bringing home the bacon, baby. I'm loving it. Teriyaki is just about within your reach. Come on, get you some. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Maximum effort. Maximum effort. You're there. You're almost there.
That's probably worth it.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days
Is a
ago.
dog been digging in there?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
The hell with that.
Oh! Ah, yeah, there's something in there. Ah!
Want one?
Thank you.
It was worth it.
glass half full. Always said don't suffer no fools. Serpents, they dream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth. Gonna get the sugar from you. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. in the crowd, but I think that I see you. One too many drinks got me changing up the way that I need you. Now we're both at a bar, acting like it's not.
Hey, welcome everyone to the NECC playoffs for Marvel Rivals. 4 teams remain. We're in the D1 bracket. I'm excited to be here with Tony, who just taught me what his name meant, so my mind is already blown. How's it going?
Yes, it's absolutely excited to be here. Yes, in case you don't know, why not spelled backwards is Tony. That is the hidden lore. I thought it was clever when I was younger. Now people just make fun of me and call me a nerd, but I'm excited to be here with D Lemon Kiwi.
I'm excited to be amongst also the best teams that we have in Marvel Rivals when it comes to the collegiate scene. If you guys don't know about NECC, just a huge collegiate platform. They've been around for about half a decade at this point. They have 300 colleges and universities competing. We got so many different divisions. I'm sure you guys have your split screens of NECC _ esports, and then there's NECC other Twitches, because we got D1, we got D2, D3. We got a lot of divisions. A lot of schools want to get in that spotlight.
Yeah, and actually we're going to be hopping into D1, so you're talking about literally the cream of the crop that you're going to see in this competition, and the winner of this propels himself into the finals. There's lots of implications on this matchup that you're about to see. This best of 5 is going to be serious.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you guys are here supporting anyone specific. We got the Eternals versus Scarlet. Both teams with some red themes going on. I had to, match the hair just for it. Tony, you didn't get the memo about coming in with the red hair for the red matchup. Just kidding.
It's in the mail, Next week, I promise I got y'all, which, by the way, y'all should be following the channel, because next week we actually do have the finals. You're going to want to check that out. Division 1 is serious, and if you think this matchup is going to be tight, which it will be, getting into the finals, it's going to be even better. Only one team can advance here, but also catch out that finals next week.
Yeah, and on the other side, so this is one of the semifinals, and then there's another semifinal. We got the UCF Knights. I actually have a shirt from them. I met one of their collegiate teams from Rocket League. They gave me a shirt, so I have to be a Knights fan, sorry. And GT Gold, they'll be facing off in the other semifinal. The winner of that faces the winner that we have. So we're excited to witness some of these players, Tony, because we were looking at one of the rosters that had like 10 players on it. They have like a whole club.
Well, imagine, you have to try to match up with your teammates' schedules. In the early rounds, sometimes you got to go with a substitute player. But I would imagine once you get to the semifinals and the finals, that's when the starters definitely make room in their schedule and make sure they get it done. Because I can imagine this is going to be a tight matchup. We look at Scarlet, look at Eternals. It's going. These teams obviously have prepped. They've obviously really stepped up to this moment. And although we don't have a Phoenix coming in, the newest hero, which I really wanted to see, we do have a lot of nerfs, a lot of buffs that have been hitting. The Boar got a huge buff. Wolverine has actually been shot a little bit, just a wee bit. So no matter what, you got to make sure you're keeping up with today's meta.
Well, we're also shooting some maps out of this pool, starting with at least Hydra on the base. And I'm looking at these rosters, and I know a team is serious when they got coaches and managers. Like, when someone is planning your schedule for you, when someone is after your success and is depending on you, that's when I look at 2 schools who are very serious about this. So really excited to see Eternals versus Scarlet on this first one. It is the best of 5, and we'll be getting into the hero bands once all our players are ready, which, Tony, you and I were kind of laughing on. Our students are never on time for anything, but surprisingly, we're not that far behind.
Well, it's funny you did mention we got managers and coaches for a reason. As somebody who used to compete at a somewhat top level myself, I can tell you that, as far as waking up and grinding a game, that's my specialty. As far as being in the lobby on time, ready for scrims, ready for matches, I didn't take it seriously enough. I wish I did, especially when I look at today's age where esports is at. Like, never would I even have thought we would have collegiate esports. Like, there's players that are playing for literally scholarships right now. It's absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. And we have the hero bands going out, and we also have high school esports happening, so it just gets younger and younger, where at some point we're gonna have kindergarten esports. But hey, we got to make sure we keep some tanks on lock here for SFU. They want to keep that mag.
That they do, and I will say, going right after Emma And I think it's a huge strategy. I think Emma right now has to be, if not the best tank in the game, at least second best behind that Magneto. The amount of damage that she can output is serious.
Absolutely. As a fellow tank main, I hate Emma players. There are so many buttons with her diamond form, her non-diamond form. I'm just a group player, okay? I just want to put walls up and vibe, and she kicks me everywhere, so I don't blame them.
One thing I'm saying here, protecting the Ultron and then going right after the Hela. So when I see Ultron, I usually think of maybe a little bit of triple heals. The amount of damage that he could put out there is serious. Maybe the heals take a step back a bit, but once one big counter, Hela. No Ultron wants to run into a Hela.
No, and I'm wondering if some flyers are going to be considered there for Scarlet, if they want to get these heavy hit scans. A Protect on Panther? No one's even banning that, so I'm surprised you want to protect a Panther.
I'm not mad at that whatsoever. I think right now Black Panther is considered S tier when it comes to like any lobbies that are probably like, you know, Celestial under, even like early Eternal as well. Like Black Panther is serious. He will literally check your back line. And if you don't have the skills to escape as a healer, like if your Luna's not hitting those freezes, if your C&D is not fast enough, if your Loki is maybe wasting utility, not managing the cooldowns, Black Panther will check you skill wise. And as a healer main myself, I lack the skills. I lack in the skills department.
Yeah, I'm also so confused because there's a Mag Protect, there's a Mag Ban, Loki Protect. I'm gonna just figure it out once we get into the lobby. But at least on the Eternal side, this is a lot more meta looking. You know, getting rid of the Loki, getting rid of the Hulk to get rid of any team ups that you don't like, and yeah, this makes a whole lot of sense for the map that we're going into. Poop Dog, you know, out of all the names we could have casted, Tony, I'm really glad we have Poop Dog in here.
Yeah, that's definitely a solid player right there. Let me tell you that. And of course, it's the most unserious players. That's a Lord Black Panther. I literally can't believe what's happening here. But I mean, obviously knowing that you going up against a Black Panther, I think it's really smart to hit the Loki, hit the Luna. Again, if you're able to somehow freeze a Black Panther, that's going to be absolutely huge. Loki can obviously lamp out when things get a little bit too hectic. I think it's really smart to go Loki as your backline.
We got the triple strategist on the Eternal side, and Scarlet, very happy with just the Luna Loki. Glad that the Loki got protected instead of what I thought was going to be banned. So, and at these lower elos, dealing with the Loki clones is a whole side quest in itself, and I'm wondering how, if Scarlet are going to want to set that up, but now really finally deciding what is going to be the best. And I think Invisible Woman putting up a shield for a flyer is always nice, and it's easier to heal as well.
Yeah, one thing on the side of Eternals that I'm a little bit worried about, usually I would say in triple heals, is not having enough damage to put out there. I feel like triple heals with a Black Panther, that's a lot of firepower that usually you're missing, but people forget Ultron deals damage. He creates opportunities, and just like that, your backline is obliterated if you're Scarlet, and Iron Man falls as well. Eternals clearly have practiced that strat multiple times, and it pays off.
Yeah, really great Doctor Strange teleport from Dr. Tallest. I like that we're kind of being consistent with the Doctor name, and on this map in particular, holding the choke points are going to be something else. And the Thing is perfect at brawling close range, so tanky, and this is a great tool to try and open up that space.
And Thing's gonna try to create space indeed, putting down their damage, but ends up getting freezed almost immediately. And look how his health goes down almost to half shields immediately. The focus fire is serious coming out of Eternals, and although you lost your Black Panther, you have a serious man advantage, and Eternals are gonna continue to press the issue.
Yeah, such a good juggling of space for Eternals to kind of give up that choke point. As soon as they started taking care of the tanks of Scarlet, that's when they knew they could really hold that real estate and even extend outwards. This is really the mark of some professionals to go for that extra ult charge, because that means everything in the game of Marvel Rivals.
And it feels like with Eternals, your firepower comes through your front line. They want the Black Panther to absolutely harass the back line of the opposition so that our front line can push forward, and the triple heal is going to make sure they're fully healthy in order to do it. I see Eternal strategy, and I like it, but meanwhile, looks like Team Scarlet is coming out with the Luna ult. Maybe this is the opportunity they need.
Strangling Prison maybe came out too early. The Luna ult wasn't done, but oh man, the Luna ult plus the whale on top is a deadly combo. I love that strat and the composure out of Scarlet. When things looked dire, they gave up 73%, but they kept to their guns and they took back the point.
And now this really feels like a battle of alt utility usage, and with Eternals coming right back in, Scarlet were able to break out of their spawn by using Luna's ult. Now what do you do here if you're Eternals? Do you have an answer back? Well, I think one thing is going to be really tough to get through is the Moore, because even without the Hulk, he still puts down massive damage, especially on a defensive choke like we see right now.
No more poop dog, no more fun. Game Ninja, these are all names I would have loved when I was younger, and he is a gamer, I should say, because he hit that headshot, allowed Scarlet to be more aggressive, but the ults from Eternals are maybe catching Scarlet off guard, but not enough damage is coming out of Kedman.
Absolutely huge, not only healing your teammates, but also putting that damage that Eternals are looking for. They're able to press the issue once again, and then you follow it up with the Luna ult of your own. This is the same ult that gave Scarlet opportunity to take back that point. Well, now it's Eternals going back to what was rightfully theirs.
Oh yeah, there's the whale, but it wasn't combined with BTV's Luna ult. I would like that combo, but there's a Doctor Strange stun. Scarlet still relying on the healing from that Luna and the Magneto, eating up a lot of that damage. Now Buns and Scarlet all on defensive mode, but need to start thinking about taking back this point. It was earned by Eternals, 85 almost plus %, but this Kraken impact from Game Ninja was huge and continues to be, and control is back in Scarlet's favor just in time.
Eternal no longer scoring, but now Scarlet has that control. And once again, Scarlet taking space, immediately limiting the options of Eternals. You have Ninja, Game Ninja on the bucket. And let me tell you, if he's able to grapple a Groot or a Strange and bring them back to their back line, it's going to be absolutely devastating. This could be Game Ninja having a huge game here.
The Strangling Prison could be big. We'll see if they can find an angle, and just already burning down the Thing is insane. One of the tankiest units in the game. Eternals are up by 1. Strangling Prison will catch the back line. Kedman is just gonna unleash, and Scarlet gets wiped off the floor without getting a single kill in this final fight. It's 88%, and I don't think Scarlet will be able to touch. Maybe this Doctor Strange has a portal. They're gonna keep on staggering in, but with no ultimates on the Scarlet side, this is gonna need a miracle, Tony.
The fact that Kedman even had another ult is absolutely serious. My man is putting down max damage, and with this portal, it's a last-ditch effort. We're coming in with an Namor ult, chucking a whale at the opposition, but still going down. Multiple members from Eternals actually the same here, and Game Ninja laying down the law. Can he get this finishing kill? Yes, he can. Absolutely wiping Eternals off the face of the map.
What a huge Namor ult from Xanthus from Scarlet. That saved it. Gotta give credit to the Doctor Strange, of course, for bringing this fight to its knees, and just to allow Scarlet to touch one final time when Eternals only needed 12% to win the round, and the tables have turned, and we had to Frozen Airfield.
Honestly, I think it's a huge play come out of Scarlet. I mean, I think they were really tested. Not only their in-game sense, but also obviously their utility, how they use that, and obviously aim-wise, but also I feel like their mental was tested right there. Eternals came out with a huge strat, attacked the back line immediately with that Doctor Strange portal, and take control right off the rip. Scarlet had to play off of their back foot, get a huge response, and then just answer back and be able to take over. Absolutely huge, and so are these stats.
I'll strike when they least
expect Game Ninja, almost 12k damage, topping this entire lobby. I'm excited to see just, these Kraken impacts are something else. We're going to hit a tech pause, though, for one of our players having an issue with the game. But, yeah, having a really good Bucky is a difference maker. It's just one of the most meta heroes in the game. And if you can have a good Bucky on your team, you have the edge.
And I feel like Yeah, it's actually huge for Game Ninja. I mean, you're talking about a Groot and a Doctor Strange on the side of Eternals that's only staying alive due to the triple heal strat. You know, Black Panther is a great hero, but how much pure damage is he putting down? I feel like where that value comes from has to be snatching up a Groot, snatching up a Strange, and taking them away from the triple heals and bringing them into your midline, your back line. Honestly, I think Game Ninja were huge to swap up the comp a little bit and bring Bucky into the equation.
I think that first round could have gone like either way if I really had to like nitpick some stuff about the Eternals. Just make it, as a Groot player, you're waiting for that Luna ult to be done. I swear she dances for like 3 songs. She just is going for encore after encore, and you're waiting for the perfect time because it's that sweet spot of when her ult ends, everyone's grouped up around her, and then you hit the strangling prison when there's no more heals, and that is the chef's kiss strangling prison you want to hit. And unfortunately, if you just mistime it, you think the song's going off, it's not. Luna ult is still going off. You're not going to be able to do as much damage unless you just add on all these other ingredients to your death recipe, which really like the way Scarlet was able to execute on just the simple basics of the Luna damage boosted whale combo. So liking just how close already our first round is, though.
I think that's an absolute excellent analysis right there, because I feel like that is a great strategy that could even lead to more on top of that, like waiting for that Luna ult, getting your Groot strangling prison in there, and then what else happens after that? I mean, you're still running the Black Panther. Black Panther can come in and get maximum value out of his ult, I would imagine. Even Ultron, you put all your players in one section, and then the Ultron ult comes in, and he's yelling "exterminate" from the skies. Like, that is absolutely huge. So I guess it's not only, you know, being able to manage your ultimates, it's when you use it. Patience really not only becomes a key, but also, I guess, a weapon that you can use against your opponent.
Yeah, and I gotta give credit to just the initial effort from Eternals. The fact that they won the initial fight off of a really good Doctor Strange portal. They got up to, what, 72%? And then kind of stole away the point for a little bit, got up to 82 or something like that, and they weren't able to close it out. I really felt Eternals were in the driver's seat. We'll see how they respond in round 2, though.
Well, it looks like Eternals actually going away from the Black Panther a little bit and going with the Storm. And this is the pure damage that you could really put on display and showcase if you're Storm. And combining that with Ultron, now we're not talking about counting on the die. We're talking about dinking your opponent to absolute death, which can be serious in today's meta. And, oh my goodness, an ult right off the rip.
Great time from Busy Bee to pop that. Completely negates the Storm ult. I like that Poop Dog is on the flank and gets eventually checked by the Hulk. A big Doctor Strange ult is going to hit both DPS, and you need to see Scarlet respond. You get the Luna copied ultimate from Icy Surfer on the Loki, and this is some very good heals for Scarlet to sustain.
Meteor M comes in, absolutely lays down the law. Meanwhile, Ultron trying to get any value whatsoever. The damage is coming in. The walls are out. You have a Namor ult coming right back at him. It is a battle of ult. It is so chaotic, but it's going to be Scarlet that lose their first piece, and Game Ninja is next to fall. Eternals winning this play as of right now, and Hulk doing everything he can.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate Hulk ult. If you would have capped the point, that would have been 100% worth, because then you could swap off of this, maybe go back to the thing or something like that, or something that pairs with the mag. But yeah, I would have liked that if the point was capped, and if there was more players alive. I definitely think you could turn around a 4v6, but he had way less going than that.
Is there a doctor in the house? Dr. Tallest on the Doctor Strange at the moment, absolutely front lining, not only avoiding most of that damage that's coming out, but also shielding his teammates as Scarlet looked to take space. We saw the Meteor M from Magneto earlier, which definitely created a lot of opportunity, but the Eye of Agamotto is going to hit, release the darkness to Dr. Tallest, and just like that, Loki is removed off the map.
Busy Bee is so clutch with these Luna ultimates. Has now saved 2 fights from Scarlet. Saving fights is one thing. How about actually winning them? Scarlet haven't had a single percentage point going for them, and you won round 1, but Eternals, they're building up a strong lead right now, getting up to 60+.
Eternals being forced back at the moment. Ultron does get the snowflake from Luna, but even that's not enough to keep them alive. Scarlet not only taking the space, but getting picks on their way forward. 69% done with Eternals as far as the zone is going to stop at 71 as Scarlet take control.
I like that we stayed on the hole because obviously the team up and the shields are just so selfless. Here's those sneaky TPs you need to be worried of. And Dr. Tallis is trying to get some real estate. Actually, everyone's exiting and going back to spawn after a huge double kill from Buns on the Magneto. So Scarlet have some work to do to catch up though.
Moore taking an absolutely huge off angle right there, just watching that choke, ain't nowhere to go. Meanwhile, Hulk gonna get his health back here. It's gonna be Eternals that have to take a long walk from that respawn all the way into the opposition. Look at the flank routes that Scarlet have, falling from above, putting down that damage, but not exactly gonna work the way they want to. Moore's the first one to go down for Scarlet, and that gives an advantage to Eternals once again.
Oh, this Hulk is going buck wild and coming for the backline, the paycheck, the kids, and everything. But surely this Invisible Woman ult from Cuddles is going to stabilize things, right, Eternals? But they still need to fight for the point back. And Scarlet have both support ultimates. They're going to need it against this Doctor Strange ultimate. It's Ice Usurper up first with the Luna ultimate. Then it's staggered against Busy Bee's Luna Snow ultimate. So Scarlet have so much heals going on.
Looks like Eternals ult is going to last a little bit longer here for their Luna. Another wheel being thrown. It's going to be Xanxus for Scarlet, but once again goes down, having a tough time staying alive right now. But so is the Invisible Woman for Eternal. They lose that out. Scarlet may have taken the lead as far as progression with this zone, but can they hold on to it? And can Magneto hold on to his life?
Yeah, with Ribbons coming back with the Strangling Prison. Oh, what a wall and a great stagger. Good team up too, and every second matters. Now you get to hold this choke with not only a group, but a Strangling Prison. And you won that fight after both support ultimates from Scarlet came out, so it's gonna come down to a huge crack and impact from Game Ninja, depending on if he gets a good angle coming behind Eternals like this.
Eternals have great routes with their portals. Time and time again, they're taking the what I think is the right one as they go right up to the high ground. Meanwhile, Reverence from Eternals trying to hold the midline. Gonna have to drop a couple walls to try to block some of the damage. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, Ultron is ulting out and trying to get some value here. Can they hold on? It's overtime. It's do or die. Strange gonna get right into the action. Max damage being laid down, but can't quite find the pick just yet.
Okay, you gotta put on a show, Scarlet, if you want to try and win this map cleanly, because Eternals are in overtime, and it's a big stun from the Doctor Strange, and basically a team wipe whale. The Predator-in-Chief of Scarlet is here, and they have just saved the round and the map.
Xanxus has been dropping clutch ults this entire game, but nothing more clutch than that combo with the Strange. Absolutely ridiculous. Xanxus, you my MVP right there.
That was insane. The Strange whale combo, you don't get to see that every day. Both these rounds have come down to basically 99% anybody can win. Busy Bee has to be like one of those unsung heroes of save the first two fights out of Scarlet just so they could not get immediately team wiped. Two very critical Luna Snow ultimates to save against I believe it was a Storm ult and some other huge stun ult. Like, Busy Bee was on it today.
They really were, and man, just want to give a huge shout out to Scarlet because again, that was a hard fought battle. Even think back to that round number 1 where Eternals opened up with a huge portal, a huge wipe off the rip, take the lead, take control, and Scarlet play off their back foot. Even in that round 2, back and forward a lot of the times, but Scarlet come out on top. I'll take a look at the stats right now. Xanx is putting down 24,000 damage, 13 final hits. The heals, Levin.
And yeah, the heals were insane. The 13 final hits from Xanxus, also getting a lot of extra help from the Hulk team up, which was kept around for a while. And Xanxus just getting to be at a distance and poke and prod, like, it was amazing how they were able to continuously combo with Busy Bee's ultimate, for Xanxus to hit back-to-back whales, and for sometimes to be even desynced, but to resync with, like, let's say a Doctor Strange ult. There was so much cohesion within that Scarlet team. And in these situations that seem so stressful, like you're in a semi-final position, and you're at a 99 to 99% control map, which is the most chaotic game type in Marvel Rivals. A really fantastic job by Scarlet.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that carries over into our next game mode, because I feel like, again, time and time again, they had to respond off their back foot when they didn't have control here. Now we get to find out what Eternals really are made of. But if they're able to take control going to game 2, can they hold on to it? That's gonna be really important. Eternals have what it takes in order to win. They've had these moments. Now they got to chain them together and turn it into an entire round, turn it into an entire game.
Yeah, I'm seeing that Eternals are trying to go for this Ultron as this hybrid strategist, duelist, trying to be in the in-between, but they are lacking just a little bit of damage trying to choose like a strategist instead of having that second duelist. And a lot of sustain came out of the Eternals side. They were able to extend a lot of fights, and when they're able to cap the point first, which I believe happened both times, they're able to build up such an insane lead. Just the issue that you have some absolute strikers on the side of Scarlet hitting headshots. You had the Bucky and the Namor that are very good at doing that crit damage and to get those finishing blows, so that no matter how much healing you had, you can't heal through death. So I think the focus fire from Scarlet was just overwhelming the triple support there.
It really was. And we saw Eternals, they saw them flex a little bit. You know, they went from the Black Panther in round number 1, then we saw them go into Storm. Will they recognize that it's still a little bit more firepower that they're missing out, and maybe they hop off the triple heals? But then in that case, if that does happen, you know, do you have enough heals at that point? Is there a particular reason why they've gone the triple heals route? Meanwhile, on the Scarlet side of things, I mean, we saw a little bit of Hulk, but not much. The more, since the buff, getting maximum damage and maximum value, and it feels like now having Hulk is great, but if you don't have a comfortable Hulk player or the situation doesn't call for it, Namor can hold his own on his own. It was really impressive what we saw from him.
Yeah, and Storm, I like the choice because it's kind of like the glue to the team. It gives you the speed, the extra damage. You can play this deathball style, but I find Storm to be more of an enabler than like a primary carry. I mean, maybe Poop Dog can prove me wrong, and I see like the Buckies and just the hard hit scans be the ones that can really get the damage going. And I think having a second duelist to at least help Poop Dog a bit more in that damage department will help a lot. But Central Park will be up next, and there's going to be more of that long range hit scan that's going to be important.
Yeah, domination was cute in that game number 1. It's nice little warm up, but now we go into convergence into our game number 2. So we're definitely going to be testing both of these teams' coordination coming into it, and maybe chemistry and team ups are really going to show as well on a game type like convergence. I'm excited to see what both of these teams are going to bring to Central Park.
And what the tank choices are going to be as well. I think everyone's had to be on their toes with these Doctor Stranges that are just teleporting behind you. But it does kind of completely negate any kind of choke points that would be troublesome, and it definitely was troublesome on that first map. So I like the employment of those Doctor Stranges, and now what's going to accompany that Doctor Strange is the big question. Rivens has been just rocking the Groot. I'm rocking with the Groot. I'm rocking with Rivens, and then Buns is kind of filling out what the team needs, whether it's the Hulk, the Mag, where the Mag is extremely just fluid of a character where you can give shields and enable any divers. You can also protect yourself, while also that defensive ultimate, the Meteor M, that can negate a lot of powerful ultimates on the other side.
Yeah, I think it brings up really good questions. Like, how comfortable are you with flexing as a tank player, and are you able to skill check your opponent with having them flex? Like, I feel like with both teams having a Doctor Strange and both teams really leaning on their Doctor Strange, I feel like if you're Eternals, it's like, well, am I getting diffed? Do I just have to go in and ban their Doctor Strange, or are you like, nah, it's just a bad map and I can stay on it? Then also it's a situation where, you know what, if he's a Doctor Strange one trick, I got Mag in my back pocket, or I got Groot in my back pocket. Like, are you able to flex? I think it brings up a really good question, because now you've already felt out your opponent. Where do you go from here? It looks like both teams, they want Emma out of the equation once again.
Yeah, and how much are you going to read into Dr. Tallis? Like, we're pointing out these Strange players. He was second, or actually most amount of damage on his team. And that's kind of, you know, me just being a Storm hater at this point. It's not as popular in pro play, or at least more in these triple Vanguard or triple support. But really having a strong duelist is going to be important. If your Doctor Strange is out fragging everyone, I am worried. But at least we're not worried about any Emma or Captain America this time.
Was at this time both teams actually protecting the Magneto, and that's going to be interesting. I feel like we saw one team protect the Magneto in that last round, but both teams apparently want Magneto into play when going into game number 2. And we hitting Loki. I see it as like a dive opportunity, like maybe that's why you're attacking Loki, but Loki also is just, in my opinion, the best healer in the game. He heals, damage, clutch saves with the lamps. It's crazy.
Yeah, we just saw how important the Loki was on the side of Icy Surfer from that Scarlet team. The way they were just doubling up on Luna ultimates, and Loki can just do anything that you want, which is usually going to be on the support side of things. But you saw how problematic that can be, and if you don't deal with those clones and all that chaos, it's just even more resources from the Icy Surfer side.
Once again, we're seeing Captain America being banned twice on the upper side of things. So obviously doing their research, and they know there was a Captain America on another squad that could go off. That is a target ban now twice in a row that I'm seeing. But we're also protecting Luna. Oh my gosh, if you have a good Luna player on your team, it is absolutely crazy. That clap is serious, and obviously one of the best ultimates in the game.
Yeah, do not want to get clapped by Luna. She hurts, and it's gonna be even worse if it's Busy Bee that's playing it. And just, I think the combo plays from Scarlet, I mean, that's all Luna is how fast can you build your ultimate, and how can you combine it with the rest of your team, especially in Namor like Xanxus. So we'll see what the final comp ends up being, and if Eternals are gonna opt for a second duelist or just a third support again.
One thing I'm saying, I see Kegman kind of bouncing back between the Bucky and the Wolverine. Okay, now we're going hell. Now we're just confusing me now. But both, it feels like both of those characters or both of those heroes really get value from attacking that front line. Whether it's with the grapple of Winter Soldier, obviously that feral leap from Wolverine. You can nerf him all you want. His kit is serious. It goes at tanks, and I don't think any tank player likes a Wolverine.
Also, I don't see a Punisher protect every day, but Scarlet are like, they protect what they want to play. And they're giving a heads up to Eternals, our Punisher is coming. And it's Xanxus, who was one of the the fight-winning, game-winning MVP for Scarlet with the 5k Namor ult. So I'm looking for him to absolutely unleash on this Punisher yet again.
Yeah, I don't mind the Punisher protect, at least not in today's meta. I mean, you now know they have a Storm right now. You know they like to play Ultron as well. I mean, having a good Punisher go at the Flyers is absolutely invaluable, so I don't mind that whatsoever, but we'll see if it's going to pay out, because right now it's Scarlet that have to get out of their spawn, out of their choke, and it looks like Doctor Strange once again is going to lead the front line and take that space, and ultimately Eternals, they're giving it to them.
Yeah, and you can use that Doctor Strange ultimate just to re-proc that second fight so much faster. You don't need to go on that immediate flank, and just this good Punisher shield pressure has already forced Eternals' backs against the wall. So, and Poop Dog is already missing. Scarlet just have to keep on trucking.
Poop Dog putting in work, absolutely pooping on the opposition here for Eternals, but it's Kegman taking a lot more damage than he expected. Somehow is able to get out of dodge and away with their life. W heals coming out of Eternals.
And maybe Eternals are backing away to try and bait the tanks of Scarlet into the grasp of this Wolverine to try and get a good isolation. But Scarlet are moving as a death ball, as you would playing around a Luna and now a Storm. And speaking of that, 5 ultimates. Have fun, Tony.
And here we go. It's going to start off with Storm just dropping in the right place, right time, right opportunity. Nothing's given, only taken. But is it enough to actually shred the shields or the health of the opposition? It needs a little bit of Eye of Agamotto action. And somehow even that's not enough to go at the healers. They're throwing everything, including the kitchen sink. But somehow they cannot get at the back line.
That's a full team CC from Kegman, and he just converted a double kill and one of them onto the supports. Busy Bee has to save this with the Lunar Snow ultimate, and of course, when you have a good Doctor Strange like Anji, is that how you say it? It doesn't matter because he's doing the work at the front line, and Eternals barely have anyone left. It's probably down to a 4 versus 3 in favor of Scarlet. You don't know if there's maybe a teleport bringing the offense closer, but they're trying to regroup, and spawns are pretty close.
Scarlet right back in the action here. You see Strange leading the charge once again, being absolutely pocketed by the Cloak and Dagger. Game Ninja going from the Winter Soldier to the C&D. Meanwhile, it's Icy Surfer that opens things up with another ultimate that absolutely zones out Team Eternals. You see Luna going down, and if you can't protect your back line, everybody usually falls around them.
Okay, there's the teleport, but I've been waiting for this Punisher ultimate. There's no one to farm. They're already dead, Stansis, but anyone staggering in is being dealt with swiftly. Scarlet just kept the non-stop death ball going, and finally it got converted. Was waiting for that teleport to just keep sustaining the fight, and Scarlet had a lot of patience in that fight to not just pop all 6 ultimates. As tempting as that is to full team wipe, they waited to see what the Eternals' response was. As soon as the Strangling Prison from Rivens came out, then Busy Bee activated, and Scarlet are not even done here.
And one can only wonder if Zanzibar was just trying to pop that ult to do more body shooting, you know, a little bit of body disrespect as opposed to damage on the opposition. Well, you know what? Poop Dog is only about that damage on the bodies that are alive and puts down a Busy Bee. Does the same to Game Ninja, and now we are wiping players, absolutely exterminating them. Scarlet go down. Eternals have control.
And we get to see the brilliance of Poop Dog on this Storm to just find those isolations, and once you know that player is escaping in the wrong route, to go after them in that assassination. But speaking of isolations, Kegman found himself a tank.
Wolverine gonna bust right through the front door. Kegman, absolutely insane ult. Oh my god, it's the 4-man just for him, and also doing the residual damage to allow another wipe. That was absolutely huge coming out of Kegman.
Kegman has been the X factor for Eternals, and I thought could have even saved the defense from the initial point capture, but Anji's got something up his sleeve, is going to take the high ground, and Eternals did push them away to buy themselves some time as Kegman is lurking for another tank isolation.
Arrow Leaf gonna pull Magneto out of the play, forces the ult, but somehow goes sky high to bring them down, and nothing is stopping our Doctor Strange from just pushing up, keep applying that pressure, and yet another Storm ult is coming down here for Icy Surfer. Meteor M not gonna connect exactly the way they want to, but Eternals still have that Luda ult to keep them up.
Eric had such good composure. He was getting pushed, and what a stun from Scarlet, but it's all saved once again by Busy Bee. They don't have Game Ninja, and Eternals are low. This is the fight Scarlet should take.
And it's ultimately one that Scarlet continues to push forward. Up the choke they go, and everybody from Eternals getting weakened right now, really testing the back line on how well they can heal up as Eternals want to push them right back. It felt like Scarlet had that control. It felt like the game was in their hands, but Eternals finds a way to back them up.
Yeah, just good spacing from Eternals to back around that corner, and as soon as they healed up, Scarlet hesitated, and then it was a 6v5 in favor of Eternals, and Eternals are pushing Scarlet into spawn. This is not fun.
Kegman woke up and chose violence this morning, and Scarlet really are feeling the pain because of it. And Poop Dog now has a chance to show off that he can farm his ult as well. Scarlet still trying to find a way to get out of their spawn right now, being held back. It's one Storm ult for another Icy Surfer attacking the back line, but an invisible ult is going to keep them alive, at least for now.
Yeah, you are not invincible, unfortunately, as the Storm, as cool as she is in the comics. That is swiftly dealt with by Cuddles from Eternals, and they're pushing in while Scarlet are down bad, not in a good way. They're heading back to spawn. There's absolutely no momentum, no wind in the sails of Scarlet. I'd be surprised if we see any more progress.
Kegman being as patient as possible, waiting for the opportunity to strike, whether he goes for a front line or even a mid line. You know, somebody is trying to be dragged into the back line of Eternals, but it looks like Xanxus opens up with an ult. He ends up being taken down almost immediately. That was their opening. That was their opportunity. They needed that.
The Meteor M just nullified that Punisher ultimate entirely. That could have been the dagger through the hearts of Eternals, and Scarlet is still doing everything they can with the backup plans, but then Kegman just stole away 3 players from Scarlet. They're all divided from each other. There's only just the cloak and dagger ultimate that kind of gave some residual resources to Scarlet to allow them to stabilize, but it's overtime. You've used all your ultimates, and Cuddles still has an invisible boundary.
You're run out of time. What do you have here? Can you just switch things up? Xanxus is going to literally do just that. From the Winter Soldier to the Wolverine. If you want to go after their tanks, they're going to attack yours as well, as Xanxus getting his health back. Eternals now, this time, they're the ones backing down and giving up space.
Yeah, Scarlet, they can now set up this storm without hinting. You just got to play with the team, get a bit of a mag shield going if you're really unsure. It's up to Eric to pop the Luna ultimate, and it is the invisible boundary first. You don't want to double up. Very smart. Eric will be up next. Meteor M on the defense here of Eternals to try and keep them anchored. Scarlet answer with their own. Doctor Strange will stun as much as he can from the offensive side, but Eternals have too many support ultimates, and they got Poop Dog raising up a storm on the anchor point, so Scarlet are starting to really miss out on some firepower.
When you got Poop Dog on your squad, oftentimes you're gonna get pooped on if you're the opposition. Somehow, Storm getting some value here. And as I say that, Erica, the first one to go down for Eternals, lose your Luna, but it looks like Scarlet lose multiple bodies and just nobody able to hold on to the zone. It's gonna be 0-1, your final round scoreline, and Eternals, a great hold out of them.
Yeah, Scarlet just couldn't build up much momentum after that point cap that came out so swiftly, and I think just dealing with the Wolverine from Kegman has been just biting them at the heels. Scarlet haven't been able to deal with that. Kegman has been usually focusing in on a lot of on the Magneto of Buns, and then Scarlet have to try and figure out how to save him. And maybe this is also good awareness from Kegman to go after that Magneto once you know that he's out of bubbles and can't protect himself. So this has been Kegman turning this all around for Eternals, and we said we wanted a good second duelist to complement Poop Dog, to not let it be all on that Storm's shoulders, and look how much of a difference that made for Eternals.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dr. Tallis right now. 21,000 damage, 22 kills. You have 6 final hits, but 26,000 damage blocked to go along with it. Love to see that. Want to see even more with those bubbles. They can be absolutely clutch. One thing that enables Kegman to go in and dive in for those tanks, I would have to imagine, is that those bubbles, but also Erica's snowflakes. We've seen that time and time again.
Yeah, Dr. Tallis has been probably the best player in this lobby. Like, to outfrag any duelist here on a tank, especially a mag, is not easy. He's shown us he can flex to the Strange, and now the mag, and is already collecting a lot of energy. So Buns better watch out. He's been also having a lot of time on the Magneto, and Kegman got a really unlucky jump, and Xanxus will be doing okay. Brings a tank, feeds it to his team, but unfortunately Dr. Tallis had bubbles for himself to protect.
And Scarlet also switching things up a little bit as well. Xanxus staying on the Wolverine, but I noticed Game Ninja switching from Cloak and Dagger, going back to DPS on the Iron Man. Meanwhile, you see Dr. Tallis trying to get in there, and so is Kegman on the Pharaoh Leaf. Things are getting wild. Down to 1 shot, but somehow able to get that health right back. Great heals out of Eternals, but they did lose one of their healers.
And Game Ninja just gets to hang back and focus all these rockets into the supports. You're not having a strong hit scan that can reach Game Ninja right now. So this is a very intelligent response from Scarlet, especially on the defensive side, where you can just play as far back as you can and around corners, and no one's going to be able to touch Game Ninja.
That is a fantastic analysis right there. Game Ninja's going to have quite the game. We saw what he was able to do on DPS earlier when he was on the Winter Soldier, and right now Iron Man left unchecked could be a problem. Meanwhile, Poop Dog trying to get his way in. I'm sorry, I would never get used to saying that name. Sorry.
We're 5 years old. Well, Kegman's on the Bucky, so we wanted a hit scan. All we have to do is ask the skies, and Kegman will provide, and that means Game Ninja has to be careful when unleashing this nuke, and as soon as the shield is down, Game Ninja should really go for this.
see Thing trying to find an exit route. Meanwhile, Boop Dog once again laying down the ult to open things up. Opportunities are never given, they're only created and earned. But oh my gosh, Thing coming in, stunning everybody inside. Meanwhile, Buns on the Magneto for Scarlet. He drops a Meteor M. Damage going down, but it looks like Scarlet are the ones that find the picks they're looking for. Momentarily 4 down for Eternals.
Anji just had the most insane thing knock up. It caught most of Eternals. They survived for as long as they did, kept their heads above water because of the Cuddle's invisible boundary. But then you added the Iron Man ult, the Magneto ult from Scarlet. They invested a lot into finishing off these kills that Anji has created, and that allowed them to stabilize. It's a very real chance Scarlet can full hold. It all depends on if 4 ults can be converted here out of Eternals.
And here comes an opportunity for Xanxus to really shine right now, but the Feral Leap, nobody home, still getting max damage out of those claws. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of things, you have Wolverine coming in heavy with the old Dr. Tallus with another Meteor M, not exactly able to find the damage he was looking for. And Team Scarlet doing excellent on putting down that damage. So Busy Bee goes down. Is that what Eternals need?
Yeah, when you have support ultimates coming out early from Scarlet, Eternals just waited until those had expired and then chased them down with the Storm ult. So now Poop Dog is done dealing with this rival of these supports, but Busy Bee swaps to the Doctor Strange to get a teleport, and there's another fight.
Switch things up to the Rocket Raccoon. Xanx is no longer on the Wolverine, but putting down some good heals. Is it enough here? We see Scarlet continuously pushing the Magneto out. They want to take down this Magneto. The front line is so important for Eternals. If the front line falls, so will the rest. Scarlet have control, but they need to hold on to it. And we see yet another Meteor M to open things up. Great shield out of Dr. Tallus.
Cuddles has to try and reunite this team. Invisible boundary, very clutch. Now Kegman can start to unleash, but Eric gets bursted in the middle of that invisible boundary. The Scarlet focus is too strong. Game Ninja's trying to find an angle that he's untouched to unleash his nuke, and Scarlet could win here if they finish off Eternals.
Great positioning by Xanxus in order to keep everybody fully health as long as possible. And Game Ninja dropping an absolute bomb. Multiple go down for Eternals, and this is exactly what Scarlet were looking for. You gotta be kidding me.
These players from Scarlet are the next generation of talent. What a clutch swap from Busy Bee. From the Luna, as soon as they were at 0% ult, to go to the Doctor Strange, you get a portal going. And even through the invisible boundary from the other side, Scarlet were still able to kill everybody through it. Game Ninja on the Iron Man didn't seem too perturbed by the Bucky swap from the other side. Still had the one and done nukes that, especially focusing in on tanks, those are the hardest ones to kill. Just really good decisions coming out of the Scarlet side to full hold a team. Eternals had so many ults coming into these fights, but they just couldn't out-sustain Scarlet when the fights just kept going and going.
Ain't no witchcraft going on with Team Scarlet, just good fundamentals, good damage, and old school clicking on heads. And one thing I want to give a shout out to Scarlet is versatility. We've seen Xanxus not only on the Wolverine, not only on the Bucky, but also on a Raccoon, a Rocket Raccoon. Game Ninja, same thing. We've seen him on Winter Soldier. We've seen him on Iron Man. We even saw him playing Cloak and Dagger as well. Whatever these players need to do on Scarlet in order to find the victory, they're able to do so. That tells me that they have experience. They've been putting in the work in this game to make sure that they know one tricks. They're able to flex wherever the team needs them.
And Anji had some very critical knockups on the Thing, an absolute brawler, second in damage on the team, an absolute unit, if you will, to describe just how important he was on the front line. And I don't know what Icy Surfer was playing, but to be top damage as Invisible Woman, there's something else, right? Like, you can't keep track of all the swaps, but very
Storm.
surprised to see a support. Oh, the Storm, yeah.
Yeah, those storm bolts. I felt like Icy Surfer was farming them. I felt like how many storm bolts did we see on the map? Not only on Icy Surfer's side of Scarlet, but also on Eternals as well. There was so many storm bolts.
Yeah, and I mean, Scarlet are now on match point and one game away from going to the grand final, and we'll update you guys. I don't know if the other semifinals going on at the same time. There's a lot of NECC streams to catch up on, y'all, so make sure you follow them on socials so you can keep up with all your favorite teams. And yes, I am getting an update that GT Gold is up 2-0 against the UCF Knights, so my t-shirt was a curse, not a blessing, but we'll see who will sweep their way to the finals, I guess.
We're gonna find out real soon here. Meanwhile, I mean, nobody wants to see a sweep. We want to see a competitive action. And I will say, I've seen moments again from Eternals. I love Dr. Tallis on the Strange and his incredible portal routes that he's able to take. I've seen moments of sheer brilliance, but they haven't been able to get that connective tissue and put them together in order to chain a round, to chain a game. Like, I thought when they finished that 0-1, I was like, okay, Eternals, you're going to show us something nice. Maybe we see a comeback there, but Scarlet come out of nowhere and they show who's boss.
And we were kind of laughing about the Scarlet roster because they have so many players on this team. And all of them are talented. Like, they're like, we're not just a team, we're a club. Like, we're a Marvel Rivals cult. We are just breeding all this talent. And my God, Scarlet are oozing in talent. It is incredible. I could easily see them go to that grand final. But Eternals have been in their shadow. Every time I think Eternals are about to win a fight, there's a Doctor Strange portal in. Every time I think Eternals are up 80% on a control map, all of a sudden Scarlet come back on them. It's really insane and unlucky that Eternals aren't closing these out.
And going into map number 3, like, I'm looking at Anja. You gave them a huge shout out earlier, and I think they deserve it. I feel like on the thing, like, I feel like lots of times the unsung hero. Like, when I'm watching the thing gameplay, sometimes it can look a little noobish at times. They just be putting their body in there, blocking damage with their forehead. They look a little crazy sometimes, but the stuns are real. Like, as a backline player, getting stunned from a thing and not being able to utilize your mobility to get out of a situation is absolutely crazy. The 51,000 damage block, like, I think they really were an unsung hero for this roster. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but Anji, you're doing your thing.
Doing his thing, and they're gonna have to be doing more things. But first, we're gonna head to our halftime break. Scarlet are on match point. Will they be able to clean sweep their way to the grand final? We'll find out after this.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days ago.
Dog been digging in there?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to us. Just leave it.
The hell with that.
Oh! Yeah. There's something in there.
Want one?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It was worth it.
Laying on my floor, thinking about all the things that we've been through. From 24/7 to pretending like I never met you. No, it's all for the best, cause I know we're a mess every time we're together. Going out of my mind, and I wish I could lie, tell you that it gets better. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months that I can't seem to move on. need your company, stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me, you don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control, you think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself, I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself, I'll save myself. Baby, I just wanna be alone. I don't need your company, stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me, you don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control, you think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself, I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself, I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself, I'll save myself.
Breaking up all this static running through my blood. Again, why do you waste your light on me? Out of luck, can I keep my head above this time? Again, feeling the ground collapse on me.
We are back for the second half of our semifinal between Eternals and Scarlet for our NECC Marvel Rivals D1 playoff. It's a mouthful, and we got a lot of action. So, Tony, I'm so excited to see if Scarlet can they do it? Can they sweep?
I mean, as of right now, it looks like they are. The versatility seems to be key for this roster. I mean, no matter what the opposition throws at them, they find a way to switch things up and find a win.
I think my X Factor, if I had to put some chips down, I'm looking at Mr. Tallis. That guy is something else on the Eternal side. Just the best tank player in this lobby, and best one I've seen in a while. Just top fragging on the Doctor Strange, able to flex around as well, and we'll get to settle the score on Spider Islands. And, you know, Tony, every reverse sweep starts from an 0-2 spot, so we gotta believe in the Eternals, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got them exactly where you want them. You lured the opposition into a false sense of security, and now it's time to bring out the big guns. At least that's what I usually tell my teams when we're down 0-2, and normally we get swept.
Well, you got to bring the vibes, and the vibes will follow you wherever you go. And we saw Eternals really switch things up and force adaptations. You had Kagman go to the Wolverine, which then got countered by the Iron Man swap. So Kagman had to go to the Bucky. So I like that Kagman's trying to fill in some big shoes to make up for just the damage numbers. And I think the Eternals front line is very, very strong, and now it's just kind of figuring out the right strategy to complement the strengths of this team.
And what's crazy is like the amount of final hits that Kegman was able to get. I mean, they had 18 final hits, which was by far the most in the lobby. Again, we talk about Scarlet switching things around often, but 18 final hits is absolutely crazy. And so is, for the third time in a row, double Emma ban.
Yeah, let's just get used to it. Like, she never really got released, and the mag gets protected. That's been a pretty big staple of Buns, and although he's maybe flexed around to different things, that maybe a bit of Hulk, maybe, if I remember correctly, but the mag has been really crucial to just bubble their Storm or bubble their really anybody that needs to go in, namely himself, because Buns has been an important anchor on that front side.
And once again, Eternals really sticking to their guns. We've seen them time and time again stick to their routes, to their composition, and also to their bands. Emma into Captain America, this is what they've done time and time again, and you see it again, protecting the Magneto. And once again, Scarlet going after the Loki. My heart as a Loki main, my favorite hero.
And Xanthus showed us the Namor, and then they protected the Punisher just for him. So whatever they protect may just be for Xanthus, the specialty coming out of him, or we'll see what the protect will end up being. But no Hulk, no Loki. What'll be next?
No Hulk, and it looks like we are protecting the Luna. I always say Loki is the best healer in the game. I know a lot of Luna mates gonna get me. I got you as second best. I will say a clutch Luna is real, but you also have to have skill to use Luna. You gotta hit those shots. Loki, I just be aiming near the players.
I just started playing Luna just because I want to spam all my K-pop songs while I ult. Like, I want to just activate the ult button, and then my Spotify goes off at the same time. Like, that's the dream combo. And protecting the Wolverine. So, is this for Kegman? Is this for Xanthus? We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, both players very comfortable with going at the front line and dragging them into their mid or back line, trying to get them out of the action, away from their heels. And I guess we shouldn't be surprised that both going to protect the Wolverine. And I think I saw a thing ban at the end of that. And I mean, hey, you got a Wolverine. You don't want to run into a thing.
Don't want to be running into anything. And oh, do we get to see the BP again from Poop Dog, or is it going to be the Storm rollout? But Game Ninja was a huge standout. Top frags, top damage in the first map on that Bucky, especially if they're able to win the first fight and defend with that Bucky. That's where he really shined. But Xanthus is also a question mark, where the Namor was strong, the Storm, just every duelist he came out with was strong. And it will be Eternals defending first, so they're going to be more sure on their comp out the red.
Yeah, I'm looking at Eternals right now, and this time, when the Black Panther comes out, it was a triple heals the first time we saw it. This time, you got Black Panther, you got Wolverine, you got Venom, you got players that are willing to dive, and that might switch things up for Eternals.
Yeah, hopefully Anji fixes the computer going. We'll get the college funds are going to books right now, not a good PC, but with how good their team is playing, surely we could get a fund for Anji. But nonetheless, the BP kidnaps on all these little high grounds and nooks and crannies. I'm excited to see Poop Dog unleash once the BP will be able to play. We're going to make sure Anji's computer is all good to go, but this will be a fun one to see if we'll get a sweep or not.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. I'm interested to see how Scarlet adapt as well. We've seen a lot of versatility out of them, and they're gonna have to see Eternals a matchup that they haven't seen so far. I mean, triple, which could be, I guess Wolverine isn't technically a dive, but dive-like, a dive enabler, I guess. And I could see three characters like Venom, Wolverine, and BP working together to really target one or two players. Like, I saw a Rocket Raccoon on the side of Scarlet. Is that maybe an opportunity to use a penny and take advantage of the double nest? I'm not sure.
There's some kind of illness going around about penny bans, but you know, some people are really worried about penny on this map. I am a penny enjoyer, so you better be worried. But Eternals will be on defense first, and a Venom is the most annoying tank, and it's gonna be diving with the BP. Good luck, backline of Scarlet.
Now the tallest. He's gonna get stunned almost immediately. Meanwhile, we hop on board with Zanza, trying to find a way in, trying to dip Kegman on the Wolverine while also attacking anybody in sight, just boosting up that rage a bit, trying to get maximum damage out of Wolverine.
Like that Scarlet have a good poke comp going, especially off the Iron Man. Game Ninja brings it back. Is as soon as Eternals dive out, you need to take up that space and make sure that the Venom doesn't have any HP to work with. And you got the Hulk tossing Xanthus into the action, whether he's ready or not.
Somehow Wolverine able to get out of that situation while 1-2 once again going down for Eternals. So Scarlet have an opportunity to put the pressure on, zoning Eternals out as they go down one at a time. Zanz is patient as he waits for his opportunity.
Ooh, I like that Scarlet are extending out. They don't want Eternals to be able to touch the card one last time, and it's very successful. Fantastic job by Anji on the left side. Game Ninja going above, and it's good to be proactive if you're Scarlet. And now that Eternals are a bit kind of disjointed, Scarlet are going to get the chase. This Wolverine's on the flank.
When Zanzis pops the extra resistance, you know he's ready to attack. You better watch out, because Kegman or Zanzis have the opportunity to drag somebody off of the map and really change the course of a fight, but nobody home on that Feral Leap. They have to try to find their way over towards their backline to get their heals. Meanwhile, Hulk just hopping around here for Scarlet, creating chaos, but it's Eternals that get the first 2 picks.
Yeah, Poop Dog was able to also execute one of the supports of Scarlet. The issue is that Scarlet's spawns are very, very close. So Scarlet are going to be able to reinforce a lot faster, and they're unleashing every ult they have into the Cuddles invisible boundary, and somehow Eternals are living to tell the tale.
Somehow we have Anji on the whole closing the distance, clapping and putting in that damage, finds the pick onto Cuddle Snuff. Meanwhile, we're gonna switch on board with Venom of Eternals and find out how they're gonna play down a healer, but still diving on in, making sure that Scarlet aren't able to get off a spawn. Eternals relentless on their pushes.
And the resilience of Eternals when the spawns are in favor of the offense for them to keep going, and Poop Dog just keeps going into the back line, and Icy Surfer and Busy Bee have been huge targets of these Buns Magneto shields, and that is saving them.
Looks like Kegman and Poop Dog trying to find a way to work together. Target prioritization so key, and it's the Luna that gets dragged, but then a counter Feral Leap is going to bring out the ultimate when somehow able to take down 1, takes down 3, make it 4 Eternals. Absolutely introducing Scarlet to the black screen.
Yeah, Xanthus tried to peel for the backline there, but that unfortunately opened him up to so much poke from the Eternal side, still having the power of the mag and of course the Venom that can knock everybody up. So Scarlet haven't had a lot of momentum going. They are able to break out a spawn for once, and now you don't have any supports if you're the defense. What the heck?
Xanthus going on a bit of a rotation, and it's gonna pay out for him. Finds Kegman, now looking to push up, put down that max damage as once again Eternals, the dominoes are falling, and Scarlet are moving up that objective.
I wasn't sure if Scarlet were ever going to be able to come out, especially with 3 divers, with the Wolverine, the BP, and the Venom. Scarlet's backline are lucky that finally they just had to stop peeling and start counter diving, and killing Cuddles and Eric was everything. And now Scarlet gets to kick off a fight with 4 ults.
They found a way to find the weaknesses, the holes in the defense, and that Meteor M not going where he expected it to. Now gonna have to moonwalk his way over towards his heels, who have actually just gone down for Scarlet. Eternals pushing up.
Scarlet just only used the Hulk and the Mag ult. They still have those duelists and the invisible boundaries. They're looking for the double jump to just be invisible and out of sight, out of mind kind of situation, and Eternals are going to stabilize somehow.
game slows down just a bit, but waiting for the opportunity to get aggressive, find a player that's out of position and maybe take advantage of that. We're seeing the beams coming in for Game Ninja on the Iron Man, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. More damage going down, players getting peaked or getting softened, but can they find the picks? That's the tough part. Venom might be able to make something happen, but going right into an invis ult, this is going to be tough.
Oh, Cuddle's such a huge invisible boundary against pretty much the whole team CC that Xanthus had on the Wolverine ult. And the later support ult came out of Eternals, but one last laugh coming out of Poop Dog as he just goes to execute the backline, and Scarlet don't have a leg to stand on, but they do have a minute left.
We quickly going down courtesy of Poop Dog and Eternals, and now you're just going after the final players that remain. It's Hulk and Magneto that are both one shot that end up getting zoned out. We do see Hulk having to ult just to stay alive, but now buying time for the rest of his team to push up on this.
Yeah, and maybe if these Wolverines are a problem, I wouldn't mind seeing Anji back on the thing. That was a specialty before, because right now the banner is looking skinny, and Scarlet's looking pretty dead. And as Eternals farming them up more, and you had a minute, and you just got ran at by Eternals. Now 20 seconds to go and touch the card is gonna be really difficult for Scarlet.
Another wipe for Eternals, and you're seeing Poop Dog just addressing the back line. Do Scarlet have enough time?
We'll have to teleport in. Anji is going to set that up and is going to try and anchor as best as they can. The Venom looms above, and there's ults on the side of Eternals. A Meteor M will start off at least on the Bun side, but too much damage is coming out of Eternals.
Fresh off of the portal, they're able to go at Cuddle Snuff and Kegman. They lose Icy Surfer in return, do Scarlet, but Xanthus on the Namor. Does he know that Poop Dog's right behind him, hunting him down? The Black Panther getting maximum value as Busy Bee also going to get sent to the respawn screen as well. Scarlet are losing pieces, but it's one Luna for another. We switch on Void here with Game Ninja on the Cloak and Dagger, trying to stay alive, trying to provide the heals. It's too much chaos, but it's somehow they're able to manage it, and Scarlet have taken the advantage. Eternals are in trouble.
It's good composure for Game Ninja to just, sometimes you have to ignore the Venom if you're getting support from your other healer, and to just focus on keeping your team alive, because as soon as you stop healing, the Venom's role is accomplished to minimize the resources. And Scarlet barely managed to cap point B, and the BP is back.
What a hiding spot out of Poop Dog. I'm gonna have to clip that. I'm about to study that one and find out how we got there. And the patience, ain't nobody checking the top of the door frame like that. Meanwhile, Poop Dog continues to rain down hell. Yes, he does end up going down, but clearly the damage has been done. Scarlet off his spawn. They're gonna go right after Kegman, and the Wolverine are able to spot him. The Gore turret is down, but Kegman looks like he's aiming for the Magneto, and another ultimate coming down. This time it's gonna be Icy Surfer back on the Storm.
And that was just to proc the invisible boundary to make this Doctor Strange ult hurt even more, but such a good block. The Eternals barely got affected by that, and Scarlet now force all their ultimates, namely the Luna Snow one, to just get enough damage to chase down Eternals. And there's only 22 seconds left. Scarlet need to maximize their payload push.
And as Eternals reset, Scarlet continue to take space. I say that, but hold on. A huge Feral Leap coming out, but it comes right back in for the Meteor M. Somehow you're able to take him down before he gets any damage down. That is a huge pick now coming for Eternals as we switch on board with Kegman, who's trying to find some value with the Wolverine goes sky high. Meanwhile, Scarlet goes 6 down.
Kegman 4K makes it so Scarlet will not get a full cap, but this is still a very deep push, and you almost want to stand up and applaud Scarlet, because I didn't even know they were going to be able to leave kind of that initial gate right after that 0.8 cap. They were getting spawn camped almost by Eternals, and Scarlet just were able to get on a flank, kill both supports, and there's just a next level clutch potential from Scarlet. And I also want to applaud the Xanthus swap to the Namor. When you just had such annoying dive coming out of Eternals, the best anti-dive hero you can swap to is the Namor, and a lot of people will ban him if they plan on playing dive, and Xanthus made it so Eternals took so much damage because of that.
Listen to me real good, Eternals. I don't know if you're listening right now, but you need to take Poop Dog off the leash. Do not have him switch off of the Black Panther. My man has that dog in him, and he's pooping on him. I don't know. But the man is ace right now. 22 kills, 12,000 damage, but not all damage is created equal. That almost 13,000 damage that he has might as well be 20,000 with the opportunities that he's been able to create. My man was born to play Black Panther, and I'm loving it. Meanwhile, Scarlet, they answer back with triple heals.
Dr. Tallis is 12-1 with most damage. How is that guy living against Scarlet? That is so insane, but Eternals now have to go all the way. The finish line halfway to point C. And if they don't, the grand finals ticket is in Scarlet's hand, and we're on board with the adventures of Poop Dog. Yep. Sign it, put it on paper. This is a new show I want to see, but it's already been marked by Scarlet, and the mines left behind by Anji are going to ruin his day.
And this is one thing that makes me worried about Eternal. Scarlet not only bringing the triple heals to counter the dive, but also bringing the penny out on this map specifically. So much value against a Black Panther and a Venom. So much value. You combine that with a Raccoon, and you have a tough defense to try to get through if your team Eternals, but gotta try. Here they come.
Yeah, the right-click stuns from the penny are just enough to get some poke into these dive heroes, but also it can be tough to maintain the real estate of where your mines are set up, so your supports really want to play around said mines, and a lot of shields have to go into those divers, so Dr. Tallis has a tall task ahead of him.
First one to go down is going to be Kegman for Eternals. Meanwhile, Icy Surfer trying to find out exactly where the flankers are coming from. He's sky high right now while putting down some good damage. Poop Dog has the Luna Snowflake, so should be able to live long enough to attack a back line, but he's got to hit this combo perfectly if he wants to go at them through the Penny, and Penny's ult comes out, which is going to make it even more difficult.
A lot of ults being used here from the Eternals side, and that just allows them to heal up and kind of stabilize, and Scarlet could just get to hang back. It's going to be Game Ninja with a big nuke, and it has to target some of these supports, namely if you can burn down the Luna during her ult or before it, but first Strangling Prison from Ribbons is going to get the entirety of Scarlet. Busy Bee pops the ult as soon as they could, and we'll see if that salvages it for Scarlet.
Switching on board here with Game Ninja, actually making Icy Surfer from Scarlet right in the action. You have multiple members of Eternal in front of you. You're trying to do damage, but the heal's too much, trying to keep your team alive. So much responsibility on the hands of Icy Surfer, and the movement out of Kegman is absolutely serious. By the time Icy Surfer attacks, he's being dragged, and somehow Kegman, I'm going to say Kegman stayed alive. That would have been crazy.
So much time is gone. Eternals still have to cap, and they have almost 90 seconds left. I'm seeing the dark side of a barn here, and I see Surfer wins. So Scarlet will get to push back this offense, and Eternals having to work their way all the way back. This is not looking good for their chances to move on.
It's just smooth sailing or smooth surfing. If you're Icy Surfer and Scarlet, you've been able to drive Eternals off of that point. Eternals have to reset.
Yeah, Eternals will try to just have this hit scan of the Hela to deal with these flyers, the Ultron, the Iron Man, even just the Penny just does nothing against Poke. So Eternals, let's see if that Poke will be enough to distract for Poop Dog to get on top of these supports. Now the Luna will be accessible and get some initial damage in, trying to avoid the mines, and Poop Dog cannot play dodgeball.
Poop Dog thought he found his opportunity to push through, but ends up going down on that dive. Switches to Storm real quick. He is sick of the anti-dive coming out of Scarlet, which is seemingly working. Multiple now being put down here, and on top of that, the rest just searching for an answer. Eternals back to spawn. Scarlet on their case. Eternals now switch off of the dive.
Scarlet are about to touch the spawn room doors. This is disrespectful, but you need to maximize on the space, make Eternals work forward. But wait, this TP could come behind Scarlet, and they may just be able to C9 it, but the nuke barely gets through. It doesn't make contact. Eternals are on the card.
That would have been a huge Iron Man ult coming out of Game Ninja. Wasn't able to connect, and somehow Eternals make it over towards the point. But is it enough as we see the invisible shield end up going down there? That's going to force them back just a little bit. Overtime is popped. It's ult for ult right now as Riverance on the Doctor Strange. You have Erica now popping the clap, trying to put that extra damage. This is their push. This is how they get forward.
All right, Eric with the later Luna ult. We'll see if that later sustain helps Eternals. It's all up to Ribbons on this Doctor Strange ult, and it's a 4-man. And Scarlet had Busy Bee still dancing away. Can they dance away to victory, though? Scarlet are now down bad, missing 2, and it's Eternals that may just scrounge back against a .8 cap. But Scarlet, won't they be able to stagger back to contest before it's captured? The payload did come back quite a bit, so Eternals, we'll see if they can finish.
Poop Dog coming in huge with yet another ult coming from Storm. Whether it's the Storm on the Eternal side or the Storm on the Scarlet side, they're getting value, and we're seeing another portal. And this time, you're able to pop ult right through that portal, but Kegman comes right back at them. That was absolutely insane. A portal battle, but it ends
in Scarlet's favor. Congratulations, SFU are going to the grand final against TBD because the other semifinal is still breaking down, but literally everyone fell over at once in that final fight, and a clutch TP from Scarlet to contest. And after pushing Eternals back, that had the payload also go in reverse, which was the difference maker of Eternals not being able to cap and get some extra time, and namely changed their spawn room doors too, which would have helped kept the battle going a lot more. But that was such a fun match.
It really was, and it's crazy to be because ending in a 3-0 feels like it is nowhere near indicative of what this series was all about. That is actually crazy to me that this ends up in a 3-0 because Eternals so many times had control. Eternals so many times had the pick, had their defensive stance put out there, but somehow Scarlet, we talk about firepower, we also talk about versatility. They find an answer time and time again.
And Game Ninja found the space, found the perfect map to rock on the Iron Man. A lot more verticalities to kind of protect him and weave and dodge. And it put a lot of weight on Kegman on the Hela, who swapped to that later to try and pressure back that Iron Man. Always converting a kill on those huge nukes. Game Ninja from the Kraken impacts, the Bucky on the control map, to the Iron Mans, to everything that Scarlet played as a team. All of them had their shining moments. And namely, they had something special that I think Eternals had less of, which was clutch factor, and just being able to really lock in on these final fights was something else.
Yeah, Scarlet, time and time again, you have found a way to win it. I will say, on the side of Eternals, I do see opportunity. I see ultimately an opportunity to maybe find a way to ban anti-dive. It feels like you're at your best when you're diving at the opposition. What countered you when they went hard anti-dive, hard penny, even the Nemours? Maybe there's an opportunity there to ban the anti-dive to let your dive shine, but then you let, I guess, Emma through, and I guess nobody wants that.
But we are going to want to see more Marvel Rivals action on the NECC channel. And you guys are in the right place, so make sure you drop a follow, NECC_esports. There's a lot of NECC channels out there. This one's the one where Lemon and Tony are on. It's going to be the place where the D1 Grand Finals is going to be taking place next week. And of course, you guys can go on the NECC website to catch up on the bracket, because the UCF Knights versus GT Gold is still ongoing to see who's going to go up against Scarlet. So I think I've just had a really great time casting with you, Tony, and the grand final is going to be just as exciting. And we hope that everyone at home can join us there. So we'll see you next week.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days
Is a
ago.
dog been digging in here?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
The hell with that.
Oh, yeah, there's something in there. Ah!
Want one?
Thank you.
It was worth it.